flags fluttered in the breeze. They flew proudly, though their fabric was a little damaged, the sewing rough, their colours faded and darkened by smoke. But the banners were clear, white and red, white and blue. Hoisted over a tenement house on the Muranovsky Square in the ghetto, side by side they twirled and whirled in the wind. And though they could not speak or scream, all across Warsaw who looked up at the flags knew exactly what they meant. The Warsaw Ghetto fights. After invading Poland, the Germans began a brutal reign of terror. The Jews were particularly targeted, with an unprecedented number of anti-Semitic laws imposed by the Germans in occupied Poland. By 1939, Poland's Jewish community was well over 3 million strong. In 1940, the Germans forced 400,000 Jews into a small area of the capital sealed off from the outside world with a 3-meter-high wall, which came to be known as the Warsaw Ghetto. This was a place of unimaginable suffering. A quarter of the inhabitants of the ghetto were dead within 2 years from starvation and disease, and in the summer of 1942, the Germans deported 250,000 Jews to their deaths in Treblinka. The remaining Jews in the ghetto organized. Bunkers were built and the Polish Home Army helped us smuggle in desperately needed weapons. On the 19th of April 1943, on the eve of Passover, Germans entered the ghetto determined to carry out its final liquidation. It was the start of what would become the largest single revolt by Jews during the Second World War and the first uprising in Warsaw. This was a courageous but ultimately doomed fight, but one in which the fighters of the ghetto uprising proved with their entire being that no law, no man, and no ideology can strip them of their humanity or their dignity. Today we remember the heroes of the ghetto uprising. We remember those fighters who fought under 2 flags.